Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Sunday, January 28th, 2024, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Now Mind You podcast. We are at episode 99,
Mm-hmm.
99, 1999,
Mm-hmm.
99, taking over for the
Mm-hmm.
99 and the 2000. I don't know where we're going with it. But we're
Mm-hmm.
at episode 99 Combat. We are your hosts. I'm TJ.
Matt.
Bryce had a work conflict, but he will be with us next week. So rest assured, you're going to hear his voice again. With that, we got a bit of a shorter episode for y'all today. UFC was on a bye week, right? But they'll be back next week with, I think, was it Dolidze versus
Mm-hmm.
Imavov, the next fight night. But there was still a boxing event that took place, I believe, Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, it was the Zone, right?
Yep.
The Mungia versus Ryder fight. And
Yep.
without further ado, Matt, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, you got Jaime Mungia versus John Ryder. Jaime Mungia is one of the stars for the Zone. Young guy, share a birthday with this guy actually, October 6th. Shout out to him.
All the greats are born in October.
Hey, come on. And 27 years old from Tijuana, and it's a little champ. He's a champion.
Hmm.
He's become the WBC silver middleweight champion. Has kind of been uh hunting down, trying to get a fight with Canelo. Uh,
Hmm.
he's 27 years old. His record is 43-0 now, as of last night.
Holy shit.
His opponent was John Ryder. Now, if you're like, oh, I think I've heard of this guy, John Ryder, uh, in May of 2023, last year, lost a unanimous decision to Canelo Alvarez.
Hmm.
Jaime Munguia has been trying to get his name in the hat for a fight with Canelo Alvarez, and now possessing the WBC silver kind of puts him in the line to try to at least be the person that can bank their title shot in
Hmm.
with the W for the at least with Canelo for the WBC. And the rumor so far is that Canelo is going to fight him probably in May. But we'll see what happens, right?
Hmm.
So we'll jump into it. Jaime Munguia, 27 years old, super middleweight. Um, and he is coming into his feet 6 feet even, 72-inch reach. We got John Ryder on the other side. John Ryder is 35 from Islington, London. Nicknamed the Gorilla, is 5'9", but he has the same reach, southpaw. So I didn't really feel like even watching the fight, I didn't feel like the height played a difference as much as it was just kind of speed.
Hmm.
Jaime Munguia was able to close the distance almost on command. Um,
Shit.
and John Ryder was dropped in the second round. He was dropped multiple times in the sixth round. He was dropped in the fifth round, I want to say as well.
Hmm.
And this fight was ultimately stopped in the ninth round by his corner, I want to say, because they were ringing the bell while Jaime was still swinging. And the referee came and waved it off. Yeah, he got a ninth round stoppage.
Hmm.
Um, boy, listen, this guy, you typically would think with the southpaw and orthodox thing that this is usually like the battle of the lead hand, and it was a bit of that. But with Jaime being in a situation where he's able to close the distance, he was able to come in and lead with hooks, which is something you can kind of get away with sometimes on a southpaw orthodox, sort of situation. But
Hmm.
he was fast enough to lead himself in with hooks on either hand. He was getting off the right hand when he needed to. And I mean, every time he dropped him, it was with either hand. It was the left hand or the right hand. Like, you can pick. Unfortunately, with John Ryder is the one that's the southpaw in this scenario. But I mean, there's literally not a lot to say in terms of like tactical change. There was nothing John Ryder really had to offer. Like I said,
Right.
Jaime Munguia drops him in the second round and very nearly finished him in the second round. I thought John Ryder gave a good enough account of himself, definitely stayed on his feet. It wasn't like, he didn't come out there and quit, but there was nothing he could do. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He came to fight, and no one's denying that. But, he just fought a younger, stronger, faster, hungrier guy.
Yeah.
Again, nothing against him, you know. And uh, instantly they were talking about, him fighting Benavidez or him fighting Canelo, him being Jaime Mungia, I'm referring to.
Yeah.
But the immediate comparison that they drew, and they were even saying last night, like, oh, Canelo, did you see that? That John Ryder's last fight was the Canelo fight,
Hmm.
which was in May of last year. But that was the last time he fought. And Canelo went 12 rounds with him, and Jaime finished him in 9 rounds. Um, I get that, but to me, the fight was a year ago. Two different guys, two different styles. You know what I mean? Like Canelo battered him. It was a clear unanimous decision. I mean, I don't know. Would you rather you stop the guy, you just beat a guy up for
Right.
like 36 minutes?
Right.
So, which I guess whichever one you prefer, but John Ryder got it like a bunch of other guys did. And he gave a good enough account of himself, but it is what it is, you
Right.
know? I don't think it's over for John Ryder for sure. I'm sure he could. He's still a name around somewhat for the super middleweight titles and just in that area. But overall, it was just it was literally one way traffic. The card overall was fine. I thought the YouTube prelim I actually was pretty entertained by. Uh, but overall, it was just a relatively quick night.
Yeah.
For Jaime. I mean, when I tell you this kid was in control, there was at no point was he in danger.
Shit.
At no point was he in danger. And he calls out Canelo after, but I'm talking about he just was completely in control. You get a kid an A on the performance because maybe a B, he was getting hit. But you know what I'm saying? Like there was just never a time that he wasn't in control.
Yeah.
It was never a time that the fight was in doubt. It was like, all right, pull back a little bit, pull back, let him get in the fight, let him settle a little bit, and then try to pounce on him again. And after that, literally after that second round, it just became when will Jaime, be able to get this guy out of here? He dropped him multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it wasn't just that one round and then the stoppage. It was a lot. Even in the ninth round when he was stopped, he had already been dropped twice in that round.
Damn.
Yeah, Jaime McGill was just like, John Ryder. The thing that I definitely give him his respect for sure is like he very well could have like not gone out on his shield,
Yeah.
and he wasn't the person ultimately that stopped it. The referee is the person who jumped in there, so because he wanted to see at least still try, and
Yeah,
I
but
gotta
at what
respect that.
cost? It's
Hey,
like,
listen, I get it. But I'm saying maybe at least
yeah.
he was gonna get to the next bell. That was at least
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
goal. Was like at least that. I'm guessing. They didn't interview him after. But overall, shout out Jaime. Maybe he gets the Canelo fight. If rumors are to be believed, he will fight Canelo in May, and we will finally get Canelo and Benavidez in September. But hey, we'll see.
Right.
We will see. I count. You can't count any eggs before they hatch in boxing at
That's
all.
true.
Outside of that, that pretty much wraps it for combat sports this week.
Yep.
Very light week. However, we do have the return of the UFC for us next week. Is this no, this isn't our first fight night of the year.
No, because we did actually wait. No, you're right. Because there was hold on, let me pull
Ankalaev
up.
and Walker too.
Yes. Where Ankalaev was like, I'm shutting this down. I'm shutting the studio down.
Yeah, basically. Ooh, that's kind of spicy to say right now though.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Oh God. Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. Oh
Oh, hey,
no.
no,
Oh
stop.
no. Oh shit, Matt, just take us
All
out
right.
before I make another mistake.
All right. So we got the return of the UFC next week. We have UFC Fight Night, Dolidze versus Imavov. And on the boxing side, we have another DAZN card, Vegas, Conor Benn versus Peter Dobson.
Mhm.
And that will be co-main evented by Austin Williams and Connor Coyle. So I'll be covering Conor Benn versus Peter Dobson. and we will all be covering the UFC Fight Night, the Lidze versus Imavev. And with that, we will see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much for rocking with us. This is episode 99, but next week, episode 100. We will all be together, and we will also even have a topic of the week next week for our 100th episode. And our topic of the week next week for our 100th episode is who are 5 athletes that are on our do not fuck with list. And honorable mentions are okay. God damn you, Bryce.
Oh, that was my topic, but I don't remember if I said honorable mentions. Okay, did I say
Somebody
that?
must have edited it. Hmm.
No, that was
Interesting.
probably me.
Yeah.
That's probably me. Nah, I'll own up to that. So I was like, if I put it in, probably my mindset was if I put it in writing, they can't say shit. But
And he's right.
but
He's right.
it's what it
Um,
is.
but yeah. You can check us out wherever you like to get our social media. No, just playing. Thank you guys for another episode of Now Magic Podcast. You can check us out wherever you like to get your social media. You can find me at Matt Hambrick. That's MATTHAMBRIC TJ.
Now notice how when he freestyled the outro, I laughed. Man, it sure would be nice to get that support reciprocated. But anyway, no, I'm
Go
not
ahead.
salty.
Do
No,
your
no, no,
thing.
no, 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 bro. I'm gonna keep it formal. I'm gonna keep it formal. Keep it 2-2. You know what I'm saying? Manga
Mm.
combat. You can find me at Tuss4Skate on Instagram. That's TUSS4_SKATE. Y'all can find Bryce on Instagram as well at Ashe Onsa. That's AXE_ONCA. Baby. Where can they find the podcast, Matt?
You can find the podcast at Now Mind You Podcast, wherever you like to get your social media, wherever you like to get your podcast, wherever you like to get anything. We're there. We're on YouTube as well. Check us out on YouTube Music. You can just check us out on regular YouTube. We are available. And with that, we will see you guys next week. Peace out.
Peace.